Hello everybody, it's me Avery. I'm back with another video. Thank you for joining me today. I know it's been a minute, but what are you gonna do? So today what I have planned is to do kind of more of a creative exercise to kind of lubricate the mind creatively. If you're ever feeling stuck, you don't know what to draw, or it's feeling overwhelming and you don't have a big idea in mind, this exercise is kind of perfect to fix that. It's called a gallery board, or little drawings, baby sketches, stuff like that. Basically what you do is you take some references or ideas that you might have in your own mind, kind of sketch them out in tiny little squares, and you fill up the page with about maybe like 5 to 8 to maybe 10 if you're feeling fresco. Little squares of just sketches, and then you go in with color. You have one color palette that you incorporate into the entire page. You line it and you kind of just go from there. And it really helps if you pick a thumbnail or a baby sketch that you like the most. You can then incorporate it into a bigger piece and something that you may want to focus more attention on. But this is really a good exercise to kind of get a bunch of ideas out onto the paper and then kind of select what you like best. We're gonna jump straight into it. I did not record the sketch process of it, but you definitely get the idea when we go in with color all together. So let's do it. Hi guys, so here I am with my gallery board. I was gonna show like the sketch process that I did, but I figured the coloring would take so long anyway that let's just start here, and maybe we'll do another video where we just sketch together one of these galleries. But I thought this would be fun to just practice kind of color theory and making it look like a cohesive piece. It's something that I always need to practice. My color palette today, my main color palette, I will be supplementing for like skin tones and different variations, but this is my main color palette. So I've got some like bluey greens and some cool purples and like a sage like mint green. So I'm hoping that this kind of goes together. In my mind, while I was drawing all these beautiful ladies, I was kind of thinking like siren-esque, kind of like yeah, like sirens, I guess. So that's kind of what drew me to more of a cool water tone color palette. So let's see where this takes us. I'm not really exactly sure where I want to start. I feel like the sketch bit is the hardest part, and now that that's done, I kind of have a little bit more freedom, but freedom can be scary. So I think it's a good idea to make a jump and kind of work on everything all at once. I don't really want to stay on each frame. I feel like that's how you lose the cohesiveness. I'm gonna look for a good skin tone. I have all of my like colors labeled here, and they all correspond to the color of the marker and the number on the marker. I want to do like a cool pinkish one. I feel like pale lilac or sand pink might be good. I'm leaning towards more sand pink. Also, like putting my color palette next to it helps. So I'll do like a sand pink for some of the skin tones, probably like half of them. Okay, and then maybe an alternative darker skin tone possibly. Honestly, I'm thinking of really just maybe using 77 pale blue as a skin tone for some of the darker tones. I feel like the browns are just too warm in the color palette of markers that I have. Let's start with our 131 and kind of go in and pick some girls to have this skin tone. So I'm definitely gonna use the brush side, but yeah. And I am really not going for perfection here. I'm really just trying to get a loose feel for the look that I want. This is a good exercise for when you're feeling kind of clogged up artistically and when it's hard for you to kind of get an idea out. Always doing like a vision board of sorts, or like a gallery as I like to call them, can really help. Doing little pictures, like little thumbnails, basically, like kind of how I've done here, can really help make a small idea bigger. For example, like if I were to pick my favorite one, maybe it's this one, or maybe it's this girl dancing here in the corner, I could find this idea and use everything else that I've used in this image in a different way and kind of add it to it when I'm ready to make a big final piece. So it's just cool. It gives you a lot of options of what your brain was kind of trying to put out. So I just like it as an idea generator. I don't know if that made any sense, but let me know if you got what I'm saying. I just like how this came together with so many different emotions and feelings. So many facial expressions came out of this. It's very fun. I also asked ChatGPT to give me like some prompts, and that was kind of hard. My imagination felt kind of clogged, so I went to some references, and then I went back to some of the suggestions. I kind of bounced around. That gave me a little bit more flexibility and in my mind rather than feeling so restricted, which is kind of the funk in the first place. You dig? Okay, I think that's good with that. trying to spread out the different colors that I use. I want everything to look pretty, you know, pretty. So let's move on and fill in some other skin tones with this purple color. Hopefully it's not too dark. It looks pretty light on my palette, so let's see. I mean, it's kind of dark, I'm not gonna lie. This is pale blue? What? You're telling me these are the same? I guess that's alcohol-based markers for you. It just dries so differently. But cool, okay, so let's just trust. Trust that it'll dry like that. But I swear, working on this paper is so different. I should really go over on this paper all of the colors again, because each paper pulls out a different pigment a little bit from the acrylic markers. So, I'm sorry, from the alcohol-based markers, which I'm using now. And I'm somewhat new to using alcohol-based markers because they're so dang expensive and I could barely afford them now. So I'm kind of just getting into practicing with them. They're a challenge, but a fun challenge. They're just not like any other medium I've ever used. So I'm so scared to draw her purple. I don't know. I'm afraid of this color. I'm just hoping that it, you know, dries a little bit lighter. But even if it doesn't, it's okay. I can just make the piece look cohesive with it. I'm just nervous. When things don't come out the exact way you want to, you get a little scared. But that's kind of what I've been fighting lately, just that feeling of perfection, or just so restricted in my creativity that I need to just go with the flow. And this challenge, I guess, even just the challenge with alcohol-based markers, is a really good way to shake things up, loosen up my flow. What if I did the green? This one's kind of like a bright green, but I do want to kind of test it on this paper now that, you know, might help. So let's test it on cardstock. Okay, I kind of still like that. It's a little bit different than the palette, but it's still pretty nice. So I feel confident going in on her with the green. I just want to lighten up the graphite a bit. I just tap, 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 lighten up the graphite. I should be using a kneaded eraser, but every time I have a kneaded eraser, I lose it in like 2 months. No, sorry, more like 2 days. Just trying to be very gentle, even though my arm feels so stiff. Does anyone else get that when their arm and their hand kind of stiffen up when they're trying to draw and things just become very like choppy and not fun? Because that's how I'm feeling today. I'm liking how this is going. Ooh, I like that. Let's give this some blue skin. I am actually really liking this. It just takes some sticking to itness. You can't give up. Trust the process. But I think I'm gonna do a few more of these gallery type projects, challenges, just so I loosen up. I really think it's the best challenge to remedy that. So hopefully there are more videos coming out like this one, and maybe I'll include the kind of the sketch process too. But this time I just needed like no pressure, no distraction. I just needed to get it out, and we're getting it out. Okay, so I'm really liking the color palettes thus far. I kind of want to start integrating each color into the other piece in a way. Okay, so I think this purple, dark purple, is going to be acting kind of as our black. So I want to start building shadows up in some places. I'm just getting nervous, dude. I'm like, what if I'm going to ruin it? And I'm going to go over all of this with some black liner. I think that's always the best. Can add some shadows, like maybe behind her hair, maybe under her neck. Okay, I mean, for now, it's fine. It's just so nerve-wracking to be so definite with some colors. But also in some places, it just works so well. So let's take a break with that one. I want to get to her outfit. Maybe give her some greens. The spectrum green. Her pants. I was kind of thinking of the pants to be like a gradient or something, but we'll see. I love alcohol-based markers. Was literally just like, oh, these are new to me. They're scary. They are. She looks cool. Probably go pretty dark with her hair, but I would be willing to start light. Some bangs on that fro. No, I'm kind of liking it. Maybe kind of even leave the top a little bit light. A little bit purple into some places. I want to try 58 out now. I like that. That would be a good shadow piece. So let's like try here, adding some shadows, some depth. And even so, once you put down that shadow, you can blend it out. Just like that. Ooh, glorious. Let's do some brows for the sun. Like like an old lady you'd see in like a trailer park that has like gorgeous makeup on. Just absolutely elegant. Kind of fill in her eyebrows accordingly. Start light, girl. You can always go heavier later. Oh, that was a good choice. Good decision. Maybe dark, try to add more pigmentation down by the bottom. Let's go up here with her hair, maybe. I don't know if I like drawing hair or if I don't like drawing hair. Like, I like it very sometimes when it comes out like this or a little fur like this, but bangs or just long hair really stresses me out. Ugh. Maybe I need to step away from this girly. I think I went too dark with her hair and now I'm frustrated. I think that's what it is. Let's move away. Back to her. Let's do purples. This one I actually like. The graphite kind of peeking out, looking a little, you know, stressed. The thing with this pack is there are like 3 purples and one's really light and 2 are super dark. So I'm having trouble on that note. It'll be fine. But these were probably the most expensive art product I bought in one sitting. Like, it wasn't like a bunch of different things. Oh, those eyes look cool. I might keep the centers white. Should I darken the outsides? Maybe like with the green. That would be cool. But yeah, I got this box. I'll put the link below because it's somewhat well known, I think. I think they're an upcoming like marker on the market. Alcohol-based market. People are using them. People are using them more. And I think that's fun and cool. And I wanted to get my hands on them because I watched a few reviews. And I feel like they're good. They're definitely really good. However, I wish the color palette was a little bit more... I know it was thought out because I won't say it wasn't thought out, but there are just colors in there that don't really coincide with the rest of them and they feel a little out of place. But I'm sure that they'll come out with more, I don't know, maybe more palettes that make more sense. But that's just my opinion. She's a bored girl. I might keep her hands white and maybe fill the background with green. If it's her hair or something. I feel like I'm feeling a little bit less stiff in my arm, but like, whew, this is a battle a little bit today. Okay, I think she's almost done. I'd like to jump into here. Maybe we can do a little bit of blending. Blend it on up, blend it on up. But you know, it's coming together. I'm definitely gonna need to add more of this color. I just kind of move the colors around so it's not looking too heavy in one area. Fade that into this dark one. Okay, I don't hate it. Color into the end of the tail. Gorgeous, that blends beautifully. Awesome, let's get to her hair. I think her hair with some green would be magnificent. Okay, just realized how long I was quiet for. 20 minutes, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm thinking of possibly just doing the rest of the details in kind of more of a speed draw-esque type of fashion because I'm not talking and it's already been 20 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is finish filling in some of these colors, maybe figure out what color I want her hair and her hair down here. But other than that, I'm then gonna go in with some colored pencils, give it a little bit more like depth and shadow and maybe like blush. And then I'll go over once final with a black liner and make it all look a little bit more heavy. Okay, let's go do that in a speed draw mode. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you jumping in and watching some of my videos. If you have any recommendations or anything you'd like to see, pop them down in the comments. Feel free to share this video with someone who might find it useful or entertaining or interesting or just anything. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me again, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.